Fears for public safety are growing after coconut cartel leader Lorenzo Lamalu was farewelled at a funeral in Sydney's west under heavy police guard. The service came just 24 hours after gunmen still on the run targeted Function Centre, where a memorial service for the crime figure was due to be held. Now attention turns to who will take over the group and what it could mean for our already dangerous Sydney streets. For more, let's bring in Peter Moroney, former New South Wales Detective Sergeant. So a lot's changed, hasn't it, since you're out there on the streets? Just take us through the idea of an attack on a funeral. That is brazen.
Look, I think it just says what all that needs to be says, isn't it, Matt? That there was a bit of an unwritten code a long time ago in terms of organised crime and where you would operate and what you would do or wouldn't do. But I think the changing face of that over the last 5, 10, 15 years, particularly around the hiring or the way in which these hitmen, alleged hitmen, are being hired, just speaks volumes. And then to turn on a funeral where generally you're going to have obviously women, children and other relatives of the deceased, it scraps the rule table. There's no more rules.
What are you hearing from the force at the moment? And I guess the relationship, the communication between these gangs and the force themselves, because the idea that there was a huge police presence there, resources being utilised, chopper overhead. I mean, like a lot of people look at that and go, well, are there better ways to utilise the police than this?
Yeah, look, and it's a fair point, isn't it? You know, that operation yesterday would have been in the tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in terms of taxpayer-funded money that goes into that. It obviously spells volumes about the threat that the police believed was imminent for such a operation to be rolled out. That shows you how significant it is to them for them to do something of that nature. They won't do it if they don't believe that threat was real. So, unfortunately, then, if that threat is as real as it is and that the police are planning and preparing for that, then the greater community now comes into play.
Just really quickly too, guns on our streets, is it getting worse?
Look, yeah, I'd love to sit here, Matt, and go, no, it's not. But, you know, you look at the brazen way in which it's done. I don't know if it's getting worse in a volume sense. It's getting worse in the manner in which they're now executing some of these shootings. There's no care. It's just, I've got a job to do. I'll get paid for this job and then I can move on. That's creating the danger to the public. I
mean, it feels like at the moment, gun in one hand, camera in the other, filming it as well. Maybe we're just seeing more of it. Peter, really appreciate your time. Thank you. Here's Eddie.